It's hard not to be in a good mood when new music gets released by artists that you really love. Not only Ashnikko new music, which is literally about to release any second now. I'm waiting, I'm watching the clock. I did a full album review reaction video of her Demi Devil album. If you're interested in seeing that, then I'll leave a link to that down there. I don't always do music reviews on this channel, but every now and again I like to drop the odd one. Only ever reacting to albums that I know I will probably like. Whoa, it suddenly got super dark. This reaction is going to take a turn and I'm not going to like any of them. You don't really think about how far you recommending one song to one individual can go. I'm sitting here talking about the artist in front of you guys, and that's a big pool of people, and that can also stem out to others. I think it's really nice to share music, basically, is what I'm saying. For instance, the second artist, Remi, I actually discovered partly through an advert she was playing during, I'm sure it was an Apple advert, because it was her song Hello, 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 and I was like, it sounds good. And then I was like, oh wait, it's the artist that I listened to like 2 of her songs of. So that encouraged me to actually like listen to her like properly. So if you're not really here to discover new music, you just want to see me react to a certain artist in the video title, I will put timestamps here. Don't worry, I'm not here to waste your time. It's fine, I won't take offense. I won't take it personally. That being said, I wouldn't bring them on the channel if I don't think they deserve more attention, and I definitely think if you like Ashnikko, you'll like Remi, particularly Half Alive, deserve more attention because they're not too big of a band. They're still very indie, and like I'm still waiting for them to tour because I think it would be incredible to see them live. I will be seeing Ashnikko though in Manchester in December, and speaking of, we're going to be listening to her she's brought out 2 new EPs today. It's the 29th of September and I'm excited. She usually brings out Halloweeny on Halloween. I don't know if she's going to be doing that this year, but an EP is good enough to satisfy my little taste buds now. So I'm currently actually on the BBC website because I think Ashnikko is releasing her 2 EPs on Radio 1 live.
We loved Slumber Party, we loved Daisy.
Yeah, we did.
And she's back with a brand new tune, which I feel may surprise some fans.
Oh no.
I think it's going to be, if you've been indifferent about her, this could be the tune to convert you. She's feeling a lot more vulnerable on this one.
Okay, Clara, you're making me feel nervous, but also selling it, so I don't know how to feel.
This is Panic Attacks in Paradise.
Panic Attacks in Paradise. Oh, it's a sad song. It's a slow song. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this. I'm not going to lie to you. Because her slower songs I'm not a big fan of. But it's vulnerable, so we want to listen to our queen. And are you okay, babe?
Typical of me to go and ruin the party. Call me poly pessimism, I'm on my cover Barbie.
I can't hear what she's saying and it bothers me when I don't know what the lyrics are.
My boyfriend wants to love me, but I won't let him. I hate that I'm so self-deprecating. Panic attacks in paradise. I'm having the best time of my life.
Right, so Panic Attacks in Paradise, she feels better in uncomfortable situations because she's more used to those, and her crying and having panic attacks doesn't mean she's not enjoying herself. She's just trying to like process life, a bit like we all are in our own little journeys. We've got our past, our history that makes us who we are, and that's okay. This is sad though. I wanted something to bop to, I'm not gonna lie, but I like that, you know, she's expressed how her album was an outlet to some things that she's felt in her past. So this is more of like a very vulnerable, raw song to her fans. But this is actually me. Like, I am soft.
Hyperventilating under candy skies. Having the best time of my life. It's a big joke. 'Cause I'm okay.
I can imagine this song being really lovely to hear at her gig.
Someone's at the door.
Are they? A man's just knocked at the door and he's asking about our milk usage. Was he asking?
Who's put that through the door?
Is that my Depop order?
So, is that Hermes? A couple of guys going around basically saying that they're going to deliver milk bottles.
Ooh, I love Depop.
My boyfriend wants to love me, but I won't let him. Trauma since I was 11, so I self-deprecating, more comfortable in bad situations. Panic attacks in paradise.
her voice is quite like electronic. She uses a lot of things to like, it sounds like she messes with her voice and stuff. So if she's gonna do something like this, I think that she should do it a bit more raw, old school rocky than alternative or like electro rock. I just think that would like kind of like, think like Pretty Reckless vibes. So BBC are actually going to be interviewing Ashnikko in literally 1 minute's time. So I kind of want to listen to what she has to say because I'm intrigued to see more, like to hear more information on what the song's about. And also they haven't played the second song yet. So I'm like sitting here like, 6:30 now. You know, I thought I was going to be hearing the song at 6. Her kind of career has been built upon this very like badass attitude, and I think that once you have like a song that does really well, everyone expects that, like nothing but that and stuff similar to that for the rest of your career, and I don't think that's good. Like I think you should diversify and like try different things while you still can, because she's still like just starting out in her career. I feel like she might, there is still definitely a journey for her to like process how she's going to do that kind of style of singing, because I just think she still needs to find her place in that. Like I think there should be like a line between what sits and what works with her more like aggressive stuff and her more like party-esque stuff, and then her like more sentimental, vulnerable, softer stuff. I think they should, personally, I think they should have 2 different sounds. The second song's called Maggots. She saw the world and the music industry as very parasitic. She could feel it in her flesh. Interesting choice of words, I like it. I find it really interesting when artists talk about stuff like this. Like Melanie does that a lot. She bases a lot of her music around the music industry, and it's a soul-destroying industry. And I think someone once said, like who was it? There was a quote about how fame is a disease. So I guess that's what this song's about, maggots.
Your sad life is never getting better. But cracking's on my pirate treasure.
Like the thing that I like about Ashnikko's songs is there's a part that like drags itself out from like the rest, like the base of the track, like the rest of the track, and I think it's about to pull through that part on this section now.
Oh, fucking is so up, wearing like a sweater. Your sad life is never getting better.
I definitely can imagine a lot of people losing their absolute mind to this in a crowd. Yeah, this definitely feels a lot more rocky. I can see people moshing to this. It's still poppy though. Both of these tracks are different to what I expected them to be, for sure.
You hate me 'cause you hate yourself. You hate me 'cause you hate yourself. You're the maggots in my meat.
The drop to this song is that moment for maggots. Lyrics, yeah, it's cool. It's an idea. It's a good concept that you're talking about, like leeches and maggots and how like the industry's like that. I've been wanting Ashnikko and Melanie Martinez to collaborate for so long now. It'd be so cool for them to make a song on this concept together, because Melanie's also done a lot of music on the music industry and how she feels the same way, so it would be really cool to see them bond on that in like a creative way and see what they can make.
You're the maggots in my meat. You smell. Bubble gum under my feet. Cracking's on my pirate treasure. I'm a wet pussy. That life is never getting better. Shoestring dick, shrivel tits. Nice lady with a nice smile, and I'm so cute.
I actually like the beat and just the beat and the sound of that more than I do the lyrics, to be honest, which is odd because I'm a lyric person. That just sounds like you just want to like throw your hair around and just get like in the middle of a crowd of people to that sort of song. Like that's the kind of vibes that one gives me. I also think that these 2 tracks might open up a different kind of audience to her, which is cool. I'm just intrigued to see where her journey is going to go, so I'd love to let you know. I'd love for you to let me know if you like Ashnikko. What did you think of these 2 tracks? Let's move on to Remi Wolf, because I actually feel like there's some similarities between Ashnikko and her. It's a bit like comparing Melanie Martinez to Ashnikko. They're kind of in different worlds, but I can understand them having a mutual audience, and I just think there's something about Remi that is very refreshing and different. It's very fun, silly. You know, they're both like experimenting with quite unconventional sounds, and that's my favorite kind of artist to enjoy. I like people who are ballsy and experiment with stuff that isn't very typically heard a lot. Really respect people who enjoy experimenting musically. And on that note, oh, I don't know what she's been doing recently. Like, she's got a new album coming out in October. I would love it if you guys would be interested in seeing me react to that when that comes out, and I'm really excited for it. But she's been releasing different EPs left, right and center. I don't know what's going on. I don't know whether the plan is eventually putting all of those songs into the new album. Some of the tracks I'm absolutely loving, some are probably growers, so I'm very intrigued to see what today's tracks are going to be like. I am watching this on the day that these two EPs got released, so I'm very excited for her. So we've got Front Tooth as one single, and we've got Anthony. I don't even know how you pronounce his surname, but according to Adam, he's the vocalist from Red Hot Chili Peppers. I would not have known that, and I'm curious as to why she's called it that. I'll play number one first. It makes sense to play number one first. Vibey.
Everything shut down. Yeah, I don't have friends anymore. Yeah, and I don't have feelings like a Red Hot Chili Pepper. I love my.
There's the Red Hot Chili Pepper reference.
Yeah, everything's so whack. Feelings. I'm doing on and off body and talking with Jesus.
Ooh. I think the reason why I like experimental music and stuff that plays around with elements that you don't really hear a lot is because it just sort of takes you on this like constant, like unpredictable journey of unexpected stuff just being thrown at you. You don't really know what route the song's going to go. I get really fed up with songs where it just sounds the same all the way through, and already like 1 minute in, I feel like the song's going to go in a different direction as to what the verses were saying and doing fast. And when you hear all the different layers as well, it kind of just feels really satisfying to listen to, and it's easier to get lost in music like that, like a tingly like little hug in your ear holes. I love it. And obviously it's a lot more easy and fun to dance to, and I only like music that I can dance to. Wait, that sounds like another song. Is this a reference? No, I don't. What song is that sounding like? Na, 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 na. Is that a Red Hot Chili Pepper reference?
Put my mind at ease, please. I'm begging, make it stop my.
See what I mean? Now we're 1 minute 26 in, and it's just taken a diversion.
Put my head in the hole of a guillotine trap.
Ooh.
But I could be a dream girl, can make a dream work. Can we cut that go?
Ooh. There's no lyrics in the chorus, which is an interesting concept.
Everything shut down, and I don't have friends anymore. Cloudy, yeah, and I don't have physically like Anthony Kiedis.
I like that. So let's now move on to Front Tooth. Really curious about why it's called that. Nice sound effects, setting the scene, and getting the like aesthetic of her environmental noises.
Peanut butter wolf at the show, house on that scroll, getting a taste for the relevant, burning shit, but it don't feel like it's supposed to.
Ooh, that's a nice noise. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
A Conor McGregor fight. Wish I was lovey, want that tremendous feel, but I wanna lovey, I just wanna be real.
So Front Tooth definitely has more of a Remi Wolf sound, if that makes sense. Like, it's more recognizable as her. She was in a Apple advert, I think, or like some sort of mobile phone advert, and I liked the song, and it was familiar to me. Like, I was like, I recognize this, I like it. That's why I think I like quite unique instruments and sound effects, because it sets you apart from everyone else. But Front Tooth definitely sounds more like her other stuff. I think it's the way she's like singing, like she's going up and down. That's like something I hear her do quite a lot. I don't know a lot of technical terms when it comes to music, I'm sorry. I like the bouncy feel to it. Like, I like a lot of R&B stuff because of that sort of like, that flow that's usually quite like this all the way through. It just makes you want to go.
Wake my body up. Leaving you're a garden gnome, you're a fire hole, you're my dolphin lover. So somebody please riddle me why this still.
I just heard her reference a guy to be a garden gnome. It's sort of like a love song, but she's also saying like things don't feel right. He's like a dolphin lover or something. I know dolphins have a lot of lovers.
I was lovey, want that tremendous feel, but I keep hating.
Okay, Okay, so that's the front tooth reference. I guess you like knock your front tooth out when you're fighting. It doesn't feel like it's supposed to. She wants love that feels not like a fight, not like she's putting up a fight, and she just wants it to feel like it's flowing. I'm guessing. That last like 40 seconds of that song was interesting. It was like kind of screechy, almost reminded me of the dolphins that she's referencing to throughout the song, but also like it's guitars, screeches. That was interesting. I just thought how I was really trying to dissect the lyrics of that song, but I didn't actually figure out what the other song was, I think, because I was enjoying the other song a bit more. I didn't really think about what that even was about. Definitely do prefer the Anthony Kiedis song.
Make it stop. Even like that cherry top, my shirt is swung sideways. Cause I get what I want and it costs me a lot. That girl, you know, I'm that girl.
Oh, it says track number 2 on Juno. That's her new album coming out, so yeah. Anyway, massive fan on the Anthony Kiedis song for sure. Let me know what you think of the rest of her album. As I said, some I really love, some I know will be growers. Okay, so now moving on to my last but not least band. It's really hard for me to like every song in an album. It's rare. It doesn't happen. It's why I don't go to a lot of gigs, because I'll like vibe with like three of people's songs and the rest I'm like, what's happening? But there's the odd few that definitely pull through, and Half Alive certainly do. They only have one album. They're a Californian band. I would say they're quite indie. I would say like electronic rock, maybe electronic pop. They're quite funky and soul-y. But they give me, if I'm going to compare them to anyone, I would say 21 Pilots. A lot of people compare them to 21 Pilots, but I would say they're better than 21 Pilots. Very, very underrated considering 21 Pilots are doing so well. Their lyrics are very like abstract, so anyone can relate to their songs. You can say what you want about each of their songs and what they represent, what they mean. That's not really, to me as a lyric lover, for them it doesn't really matter, because the sound and the instruments and the way certain things are like structured and the rhythm of stuff, and it just makes me feel things. It's so funky, it's really refreshing. It's very like vibey, like kind of kitchen music, house parties where like you don't want to like, you don't know what everyone's into, so I just feel like that's their music's the sort of thing that like everyone can enjoy. It's very vibey. So it's really exciting to know they've been releasing new EPs, because they've only got one album and I really want to hear another album soon. So these EP drops are glimpses into what is to be expected quite soon. I also want to really encourage you to listen to a EP release they did called In Fluorescence, and I would recommend you listening to that after you listening to the full album of Now Not Yet. They basically released an orchestra version of 4 songs, and it just it took the aspects of their album that I love into this really beautiful sounding, like raw, like it makes you feel like you're in a stadium listening to them play instruments and singing, and it's a sort of thing you want to listen to in the bath, or like when you're meditating, or just, it's like a really pretty EP. Probably my favorite EP ever released, so would really recommend that. So this single I'm going to be reacting to today is their latest release called Make of It. I thought it would be fun to throw Make of It in with this reaction and tell you what I make of it. How do I feel about the other ones? Love What's Wrong, then Summerland probably next, and then Time 2 last. Not huge on Time 2, but let's move into Make of It. Play. Ooh.
Acting back on it, you were my only friend. Want this love like everyone, want everyone else. We ran a crowd, I heard it loud, can't pretend I ain't down. What I made it, my past is what I make of it. Make of it, like these new shoes, I'll break of it.
Ooh, I like it. It's very like bouncy, like it makes you get lost in the song. Like I don't want to have to sometimes sit and think about the lyrics. Sometimes I just want to feel the rhythm and just enjoy that.
Lost what I've never held.
It's been brought down again. Is it just going to repeat the chorus?
All along
Yeah. Kind of hoping it wouldn't do that because it becomes a bit repetitive then. It's a bit like with Remi Wolf's song, the front teeth one, that felt a bit repetitive. When something's too repetitive, I get turned off real quick. It's a little bit repetitive, but I do like that because you just can't help but like it. It doesn't matter. Sometimes it doesn't matter if you like it enough because you want to hear that like catchy beat again and again because you love it so much.
Make of it.
Okay, it's cool. I do like it. I would definitely put it above Time 2. So if we're gonna order the EPs, still What's Wrong's my favourite. I do like that one. Then Summerland, then Make of It, and then Time 2. I do want them to carry on experimenting, I think, and I don't want them to feel like they can't, like, not completely do a 180 in their style, but, you know, experiment still because otherwise you might end up getting albums that all sound too similar or too safe, in fact. So yeah, that's all the music I was going to react to today, and I hope you enjoyed this. I don't know why I still got these on. Thank you very much for listening. If you like this kind of content, if you want to see me do more reaction videos to new music coming out, let me know if this is the sort of thing that you think I should do more of. I'm welcome to all suggestions on content, or just give me some artists maybe that you think I might vibe with. Let me know in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel to be notified every time I make a brand new video. I'm on social media such as Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. You can catch me on any of those up there. Sending loads of love from my house to yours, and I'll see you very soon.